What's up guys, it's the Nerd Boy Inc here, and as you saw by the title, today's video is definitely a very interesting video. What if RNG was taken out of Pokemon? Ever since 7th gen, I've been kind of wondering what that would be like. Here I am today to talk to you guys about how I think it would be affecting the current metagame. That's not really set up yet, but Gen 7, let's say they took out RNG completely. Okay, for the first part, the rules for no RNG would be no crits, no high roll / low roll, so you'd always do the same amount of damage, no status conditions, and no entry hazards. Leech Seed also falls into that place. Just for example, right here, Kingdra, what it does is agility and the focus energy, and it bases off crits. So if you can't get crits, it can't actually do what it's supposed to do, or what it's best at doing, which would place it a bunch lower. In Gen 6, it was UU, but if they took this out, let's say in Gen 6, instead of Gen 7, but let's say if they took this out in Gen 6, this Pokemon would drop from probably UU to either RU or the top of NU. Another Pokemon that's definitely affected by this is Togekiss. Serene Grace. I know Confusion got nerfed. I know the Paralyzing got nerfed, but this Pokemon is still based off of that, still based off Paralyzing and just, you know, Paraflinch with Serene Grace. If you can't Paralyze, if you can't Confuse, it can't do anything. It can't crit. This Pokemon pretty much becomes useless. All it does is kind of become a tank, and just follow me fodder is pretty much what it would be with Dazzling Gleam. So it wouldn't be as beneficial to your team as you would like it to be. Okay, so here I have some examples of Pokemon that would drop down probably pretty severely, honestly. These Pokemon are all walls, but walls wouldn't be useful. It wouldn't be as useful if you only had like set amount of damage and there wasn't any RNG. Natural Cure, it's worthless. You can't. There's no status conditions. Regenerator, well, Effect Spore doesn't matter. Magic Guard, you can only you can't be hit by Toxic or Stealth Rush or whatever. That would not matter either because those wouldn't be in the game. Unaware would become such a really good ability actually, just because of the fact that you could set up, and the crits are the only thing that stops us, unless there's like haze or something, or you switch out. But the thing is, if you can't get critted, you could just keep setting up like Cosmic Powers or Palm Mines or something. There's nothing they could do because there'd be no status, and so you could just keep setting up, and you'd keep healing yourself, so you wouldn't be taking as much damage as you'd like to. Gliscor with Poison Heal, you wouldn't be able to actually heal himself with the Toxic Orb because Poison would be taken out of the game. Skarmory wouldn't be able to Toxic Stall or set up his hazards, and Venusaur would not be able to set up Leech Seed. So this is, I'm comparing this to Gen 6 just because these Pokemon are people that are familiar with. So Pokemon like Keldeo would still be really good. Heatran, Landorus T, Garchomp, Bisharp, Latios. Those Pokemon would still be really good because they have high attacks and special attacks and great move pools, and they would always be doing a certain amount of damages. The amount of Gen 6 Pokemon that were in OU, I think, are about 30. And so let's say this was put into place, the no RNG in Pokemon. This list would probably go from 30 to like 10. Because a lot of these Pokemon are based on, like, let's see, Breloom, Spore. Well, Bisharp couldn't be burned, so that'd be great. It could just sweep. Mega Diancie, Magic Bounce wouldn't matter. Leech Seed wouldn't matter. Poison wouldn't matter. All this stuff wouldn't matter. Honestly, it's a weird thing because it actually somewhat balances out the game, realistically. If it wasn't for RNG in Pokemon, the metagame would definitely be a lot more boring than it is currently, because there would only be a limited amount of Pokemon that you could use. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to be pretty much doing anything. So there would be a lot of Pokemon that are moved down into other tiers, or up, actually. So there would be, in the higher 3 tiers, more Ubish Pokemon, there would be more OU Pokemon, and there'd be more UU Pokemon, and then the other tiers would just be filled with Pokemon. PU would have 3/4 of the cast in the game. What RNG does for Pokemon is something very unique that not a whole lot of games have. It has Burns, it has Toxic, it has Confusion, it has Paralyzing, it has Tract, actually, it has Leech Seed, it has Entry Hazards. I know a lot of people hate pretty much all these, and there's also a high roll and low roll. All these make the game more fair for the people that are playing than unfair. Well, it depends on the people that are playing, because if you have a very experienced player playing against a player that is very new to the game and doesn't know about this stuff, then obviously he can take advantage of them. But for example, you would have two equal players, and they would know, oh, this guy probably is going to have some entry hazard, so I either need a defog or a rapid spin. Everybody usually has a defog or a rapid spinner on their team. Volt switch and U-turn are very popular, so you're probably going to have a ground type for those as well. And things like that put into effect for this type of concept. So RNG does in fact balance out the game, weirdly enough. If you don't think that sounds right to you, please let me know in the comment section below. Tell me how you guys feel about RNG. If you do like it, please let me know down below. And if you don't like it, tell me why you guys don't like it. Thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!